Hi, I'm Kayla Mendoza with the Furman Group.
And I'm Vilma Martinez-Dominguez.
She's running for mayor for the city of Lawrence, so let's get to know her better.
Absolutely.
Where are you from?
Excellent question. So I was born in New York. I'm from parents who are Dominican and Puerto Rican, and I was raised in the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. And I returned to the United States when I was 17, and for the last close to 30 years, I've been living in Lawrence.
Okay,
Yes.
So with Lawrence, what is your favorite memory?
Oh my God. Any memory that has to do with my family. Because I think it's not about the place, but about who you're with.
Absolutely.
And so I am the oldest of six, and we grew up in the north side of Lawrence, even though I've lived everywhere. But that is the best, those are the best memories. And I remember there's a street called Chandler Street in Lawrence, and there was this open, parking lot, and my dad actually created or painted this like makeshift basketball court. And so it became like this sort of makeshift sports center or sports court, and we used to spend days there playing. I think that's one of them, and the other one is the galas. So back in the day, I don't know if you remember, but there used to be a lot of galas. Like I used to have to buy clothes for Circo Dorado, for Latin Pride, and it was just this like it gave you a reason to dress up and get gowns, and I think that I love that because it just showed a different side of Lawrence. So those are two things, and obviously anything that I have done to mobilize the community. One of my favorite events is Ciclovia, the only open street event in the whole Merrimack Valley area, and we just close down streets for families to bike and run and have fun, and businesses open. So I think those are the best memories.
Yeah, I've definitely gone there with my family as a kid. Alrighty, so what are some of your favorite restaurants in Lawrence?
Ooh. So I love to go out to eat, and I have to say that we should not underestimate our bodega food. I love my bodega food; it's the best. But really, I go out a lot, and I have a ton. So Terra Luna, definitely because of the ambience, the people, the food. Cafe Azteca, because it's really like traditional Mexican food, and I love their place. El Taller, because of the tostones and the tortas. You have to had it beat. Hapu restaurant, because it's that Peruvian sort of Japanese mix. You have your Attica that has your Japanese and Dominican. I mean, I think that Lawrence is definitely a food destination. I think that we need to tap more into that because we definitely have a lot. And obviously, for breakfast, Eli's place. You have to go there. It's cheap food and it's delicious.
I don't think I've tried it.
Oh, you have to. And in the same strip, you have Sal's because I love their pizza and I love to sit outside and have a glass of cold wine.
I know, you get a great view of the river there.
But you have to go to the south. And then in the south is Mama Juana's, is Sazon Peru, and his passion steak tacos. But really, anywhere, it's fine with me.
All right, you sound like a restaurant connoisseur. So what is your favorite pizza shop or coffee shop in Lawrence?
I love my Sal's Pizza, but my favorite is Tripoli's. It's just historic. It's part of who we are.
I know,
and coffee, I love it. Taller's cappuccino. But don't underestimate your bodega coffee. So Essex Street Market, best café con leche. Bonanza Market, best black coffee.
Are there any hidden gems in Lawrence?
Absolutely, there's a ton. Lawrence is just a jewel altogether. So I want to say the Store Park, and I don't know if you've ever gone up to the Prospect Hill. That's the park by the pool on High Street, I believe. And right now it's under construction. We are renovating that park right now, and it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. But the views of the city are tremendous from up there. It's just breathtaking, and wait till you see all the great amenities that we added to the park. Then there's Denrock Park. So that one is hidden. Nobody goes there. It's right off 114. Okay. But it is hiking. It's the scenery. Yeah. It's the Spigot River, river. I mean, there's so many things that you can do there. And the last thing, of course, has to do with food. So the Cassave, it's called Cassave Fruit Store and Delicatessen. That's right also on 276 Essex Street. It's a new store, but it's organic. And what it does bring, it's fruits and vegetables from all over the world. And they only have it so many, for so often. They have fresh jugo de caña. They have fresh, just organic drinks, juices. And I think it's a hidden gem. People don't know how many different things they have.
Yeah, I didn't even know that store was there, but I'll definitely check it out.
You definitely have to check it out.
So, tell us about the school system in Lawrence.
Wow. So there's so many schools, right? So our school system, there's over 12, close to 13,000 students enrolled in our school system, right? And if you have to think about, Lawrence has the youngest, one of the youngest populations in the whole Commonwealth. So I think something like 26% of the population is under the age of 18. So obviously, our school it's quite busy. We have the high school. Obviously, that's the one that has the highest number of people enrolled. I think it's like over 3,000 students there. And then you have the Partham School, which is near my house, the north side, and that one has over 1,200 students. And then the third one is South Lawrence East. Other than that, there's, I don't know, 26 schools in total. Then you have your private schools, right? And you have your Villicini's, you know, you have your Central High School, Central Catholic High School. Notre Dame unfortunately moved out of Lawrence, but it's also in Lawrence. But we have an amazing school system. Unfortunately, we're under receivership right now, still, since 2011, but we're making change as far as, you know, closing that achievement gap and making sure that our students, you know, stay in school, they're engaged, we reduce the dropout rate, and have increased actually our graduation rate between then and now from 54% to 76%.
Wow, that's awesome.
So we are working on getting our school system back. It's going to take a while, but we need to be ready to take it back. So I think that two things need to happen. The turnaround plan, we need to finalize it. I think that the school district and the state still need to have clear communication with the parents and the school system. And then the last thing is we need to be ready for us to actually have autonomy of our school system. So, but all in all, I think it's an amazing, we have many options for our kids.
Yeah, something for everyone.
Absolutely, yes.
And where would you like to see Lawrence in the next 5 to 10 years?
As a Lawrence resident, someone who's raised her kids there, you know, owns a home and have worked in the community and has served the community for over, you know, close to 30 years, initially as an activist and most recently as a public servant. I'm the community development director for this city. I know that Lawrence has a lot to offer. Lawrence is a jewel. Lawrence really gets a lot of bad rap, and I don't understand why, because I think that the way I would like to govern is to govern from a strength base. And we're resilient, we're beautiful, we're diverse, we're vibrant, but we have work to do. So there's a lot of quality of life issues that we have to address, like our housing. There's a major housing crisis, and we'd love to see more, you know, more affordable, accessible, safe housing in our community. That's number one. I would love to see a thriving community. So I know that the pandemic has really hit our businesses hard. I would love to see that we have lowered our unemployment rates right now. They're over 12%, and that's just sad. I would love to see more like good wages, you know, good paying jobs in our community so people can afford to live there.
Yes.
We'd love to do that. We'd love to see a more thriving business community. We have a lot of small businesses that really are the backbone of our city, but we need to help them out, and we'd love to see them, you know, thrive and more diverse. The education system, obviously, we'd love to have our education system back, you know, have autonomy over our school district. We'd love to see more kids graduating and going to higher education, and not only higher education, but really any trade, anything that would provide a profession or career for them. We'd love to see that.
Yeah, there's a lot of options.
Not only that, but also many of opportunities. I think that it's you go here to go to college. I think there's more in between there. Everybody's path is different. I would love to see a more healthy and safer community. Obviously, you know, with COVID, it's been very difficult. It's still, our vaccination rates are not what they should be. And until we have that under control, we're not going to be able to really come back fully or be ready for the next bout of COVID. Lower crime rates, obviously, you know, we have a 20%, we have hit an all-time 20% decrease in crime, but we still have work to do. Clean streets, that's a major issue. We love to see people really have ownership and businesses really clean their streets and have a cleaner community and neighborhoods. We love to see that, and beautifying our spaces. We love to see that. There's a lot. And then a vibrant arts and culture community. So we've seen a renaissance of arts and culture in our community. A lot of young people who are artists. I think we need to create space for them, but also better connected with economic and community development, so that it also generates, you know, money, funding, jobs, and it creates beautiful spaces. Lawrence could be the jewel, a destination place for the entire state and even outside of the state. So let's create that future for us.
Definitely. So I know that there's a local election coming up. When is that, and where can the locals go to vote?
So it's great question, because there's two different elections. Preliminary elections are September 21st, and not primaries is what I learned, because it's a nonpartisan election. So they're September 21st, and then it's important people go out to vote, because there's 5 of us on the ballot. So if you want to see your last 2 candidates on for the general elections, you need to do your homework. You need to go and vote. And then the general elections are November 2nd. Voting is based on district, right? And so there are 6 districts, and there's 24 different voting precincts in 16 different locations. So if you want to know where to vote, you can do 2 things. Number 1, you can first of all visit the city website at cityoflawrence.com, or you could check out my website. It's Vilma for Mayor. Vilma spelled V as in Victor, ILMA. And there you can find out, there's a button that you can hit to see where do I vote, and it will take you straight to where you need to fill out some questions, and it'll tell you exactly where you need to vote. Or you can go straight to the elections office at the City Hall to learn that. By the way, there's also early voting between September 13th through the 17th. That means that you can go to City Hall and vote early every day, 8:30 to 4:30, except on Tuesdays and Thursdays when they have extended hours. So there's your information.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to answer some of our questions. We wish you the best of luck. Where can people reach you if they have any other questions?
Absolutely. People can reach me at 978-609-6418, 978-609-6418. You can check me out on my website, vilmaformayor.com. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, both for Vilma. And please, we're in dire need of volunteers, so 978-609-6418. Have a great day. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. This was amazing. Say hello to Michelle.
I definitely will.